So welcome back to Walking with Jesus, a devotional journey through books of the Bible. From Forest Hill Presbyterian Church, I'm Jason Van Bemmel. We are on day 7 of Hebrews, and we are digging into the heart of chapter 2 of Hebrews. Today's reading is Hebrews chapter 2, verses 5 through 9. For it was not to angels God subjected the world to come, of which we are speaking. It has been testified somewhere, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him? You have made him a little lower than the angels. You have crowned him with glory and honor, putting everything in subjection under his feet. Now, in putting everything in subjection to him, he left nothing outside his control. At present, we do not see everything in subjection to him, but we see him who for a little while was made lower than the angels, namely Jesus, crowned with glory and honor because of the suffering of death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone. That's Hebrews 2, 5 through 9 in the English Standard Version. Well, I love the story of Robin Hood. I'm a history nerd and a literature teacher and love stories, and I love the story of Robin Hood. Now, contrary to many people, my favorite aspect of the Robin Hood story is not stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Rather, I like the theme of the displaced ruler and the sinister usurper who is challenged by the bold, brave hero. You see, King Richard the Lionhearted is off fighting the Crusades, and Prince John is ruling over England in his place. Only Prince John sees himself as King John and tries to take the throne for himself. Sir Robin of Locksley, a knight who's just returned from the Crusades, begins to confront and resist the corrupt would-be king. He's removed from his rightful place as the Earl of Locksley and hides out with his band of men in the wilderness in Sherwood Forest and tries to make trouble for John, all the while seeking to restore Richard to his rightful place as ruler of England. This story resonates deeply with me because it echoes the story of creation's fall. Adam was created by God in his image as the rightful ruler over creation. God put everything under Adam's feet, leaving nothing outside of his control. Adam and Eve were to rule as vice regents over God's creation, over all creation. God said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over every living thing that moves on the earth." But Satan, entered the Garden of Eden in the form of a serpent and began an insurrection to overthrow Adam's rule, just as it was beginning. Satan succeeded. He got Adam to submit to his devious plan, and he threw all of creation into chaos and death. Well, who could set things right? Jesus, of course. That's the answer. Jesus comes in like a Robin Hood figure, poor and outcast, working outside and against the system. The eternal Son of God agreed for a time to be made lower than the angels. Why? So he might taste death for everyone. He came to take the curse upon himself and to defeat the devil by submitting to defeat and death himself. As we continue through Hebrews, we'll see exactly what Jesus did to win this great victory. But here the author of Hebrews wants us to pause and consider how gloriously Christ has restored humanity. He tells us that now, while we do not see humanity ruling over all creation yet, we do see Jesus, who was humiliated and who tasted death for all, exalted with glory and honor above creation. We see him at the Father's right hand, crowned with the crown of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He came and overthrew the usurper, restoring humanity to their rightful place of rule in himself. And that gives us cause to worship him and follow him. Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope you'll continue to follow along as we continue to work our way through Hebrews here on Walking with Jesus.